It's 7:30 in the morning, and currently I cannot sleep. And I'm coming to you real with no makeup on, no nothing. I just got out the bed, stuff like that, okay? I'm being real with you. Okay, so yesterday, me and about 3 of my friends walked into a comedy show where a comedian was hosting and, you know, doing jokes and joking on people and stuff like that. When we walked in, immediately the comedian stopped his performance or stopped speaking about what he was saying and focused in on the fact that we are deviantly homosexual. Now, mind you, comedians have a job to do this, so I'm not upset with the comedian. I don't feel disrespected. I'm just analyzing this in the sociological perspective. If you think about it, you know what I'm saying? When I walk into a place and automatically you stop the joke that you're telling and you focus your attention on me, that means not only do I have control over you, but you also identify that I'm a deviant off gate. I'm labeled off gate. You know what I'm saying? You're not acknowledging the fact that I'm in college. You're keening in and focusing in on that I'm a homosexual. You know what I'm saying? Now, confident homosexual at that. And then I listened to the references he made in his jokes, and I actually analyzed them. I sat there and I analyzed them. He said to one individual, "You're supposed to be sitting over there with them just because of the way that you are adorned." Okay, I'm like, okay, them. So you're saying them and not y'all. You're not including us in the audience, which means that you're separating us from the audience because we are quote unquote different. But aren't we all quote unquote different? You know what I'm saying? Maybe my form of deviance or homosexuality is so blatant and something that you're so not accustomed to that you feel the need to point it out. You know what I'm saying? And point out the whole side of the room as deviant. You are identifying that whole section as homosexual. You're supposed to be sitting over there with them. Why can't them be included with us, the audience? You know what I mean? It boggles my mind. And then I also listened to, he brought up something about, okay, but what if at the cookout or something like that, they expect to see Chris and not Christine? You know what I'm saying? First of all, I've grown into a person who's very confident with themselves, and I'm going to be open and expressive with my family first. You know what I mean? If I can't be comfortable with my family, then how am I supposed to be comfortable walking around campus the way that I walk around? You know what I'm saying? I mean, what do you expect me to do with that material? Do you know what I mean? And just think about this, everybody. I just want you to take a moment and think. Like, sociologically speaking, okay, yeah, I define myself as a deviant. You know what I mean? I know is not every boy walks around here wearing pumps and nothing like that. But think about this. What if the media did not have an effect on the way that you perceive homosexuals, the way that you perceive me, the way that you perceive gender roles? You know what I'm saying? Boys will be walking up and down here with pumps on. You know what I'm saying? No judgment will be made based on gender, based on clothing, based on adornment. So who are you to tell me, you know what I'm saying, to point me out of a crowd and mock my behavior? I do not feel disrespected. I know you're a comedian. I know you're supposed to be funny. You're supposed to crack jokes, and you're supposed to be controversial. I'm not mad about that fact. I'm not mad at anything. You know what I'm saying? It's just giving me an understanding of where people are actually at this current moment and how much work I have to do. I have to change people's minds. You know what I mean? Just because you see a homosexual doesn't mean you have to move your seat. What do you mean? We just sat down in the same section as you, and you decide to move? Why do you feel the need to defend your masculinity? You know what I'm saying? Respect other individuals. We don't want you. Homosexuals do not want everybody they come into contact with. Homosexuals are not having sex with everybody that they hang out with. Okay? I mean, this does not make any sense. And then this is another message. I try to lean on somebody. You know what I mean? You try to get comfort out of somebody. I mean, you recognize the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is you've been labeled off bat without any acknowledgments of your accomplishments or anything of that nature. You know what I mean? You're automatically labeled. And then when you go to lean on somebody, they tell you do too much. Well, hell, what you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? I've grown into a confident individual. I'm not about to just sit down and dress like a boyish, and I know that's not me. You know what I'm saying? Wear jabots and Timbs when I really need to be wearing skinny legs and pumps. You know? I mean, what do you want me to do? You do too much. I do too much. Let's think about this. Doing too much. They said Obama was doing too much when he ran for president. Now, he just passed his 100th day of his inauguration. So what are you saying? You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's going to take somebody that does too much to change people's perspective about homosexuality and to allow it to be accepted into society. You know what I'm saying? I do not know what event is going to occur, but I guarantee I'm going to be right there. And I'm going to make a change. People are going to learn to respect homosexuals. And think about it. I'm open and I'm blatant about mine. You don't need to be worried about me. What you need to be worried about is them people who are not open. Them people who are sleeping with females and contracting diseases any which way and giving them to every which body. That's who you need to be worried about. You don't need to be worried about the people that are blatant and expressive about their shit, and you don't need to talk about or make fun of us. We go through too much already. We went to a comedy show to get some comedy and some comic relief. We couldn't even get that because we're still pinpointing. You know? And it sucks because we are intelligent individuals. You know what I'm saying? I carry myself with intelligence, with respect. You know what I'm saying? And another one of my friends say, he didn't disrespect you though. I understand that. But the reality of the situation is, the jokes that he said, people have a mentality of instilling that, you know what I'm saying, and classifying that as homosexual. Homosexual is just floating around and flying around. Homosexual, he floated right out of here. He hit the floor and floated right out of here. You know what I'm saying? We're not respected as a people, and it's time. It's high in time that we are respected. I demand my respect. And like I said in one of my previous videos, I will not be defeated by anybody or anything or any situation. You know, so I'm gonna keep doing me. I'm gonna keep doing me, regardless of if you're behind me, regardless of if you support me or not. And I encourage all of you homosexuals to do the same thing. It's time for us to make a change, honey. Barack did it. Now it's time for the homosexual community to stand up and say, look, we are a people too. I don't care if you don't agree with our decision, but it's time, it's high time you respect us. I'm tired of being the ass of your jokes. I'm tired of being the ass of your situations. I'm tired of being the ass and the joke of your laugh for the day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, I'm a humorous individual, and I understand that. But at the same time, I will be respected. I will be respected. Now, to the comedian, I respect your craft, and I mean, I appreciate you because you've enlightened me and you've opened my mind up to what I guess I was blinded from seeing. You know what I mean? And as far as doing too much, honey, you haven't seen enough of it.